How does, and with all the social media consumption, I'm not too sure if you address it in your class, but how does that impact the brain with being on technology as often as we are?
Yeah, I mean, there's a fair amount of research out there, and it's a direct correlation between the use of social media and typically you see increased anxiety first and then depression coming right behind. But same for screens. I don't know if, I imagine most of us have probably had a binge at some point in our lives where, let's say we watched 3 movies in a row or something like that. And if you ever, if you have that memory for yourself, as you get up and you finally turn the TV off or you turn the screen off, that feeling, it's pretty clear as day. We don't do well with 6 to 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day with screens. And so the first is just to acknowledge that it's not serving us. That seems to be the first step. And then looking at exactly how our own habits are coming into our lives, and then creating some rules, starting to play with how it is that we can use our technology, as little as possible and as effectively as possible. Because I don't think we're gonna be without our screens anytime soon.
And it's interesting during this period, especially a lot of people have either been laid off or they're working from home. So there might be more screen time. So yeah, that would be interesting to see with regards to that and how people are consuming information, how they're spending their time and how it's impacting their life. So I think it's really important to be aware of how
Yeah.
you use the screen. Mm-hmm.
One way to think about it in general is that we are ultimately still animals. I often think of my dog as being quite different to me, but really we're mammals. If I were to dissect his body, it would be very, very similar to the mine with very similar structures. And so we know that, animals in a zoo, for example, often exhibit aberrant behavior. They exhibit anxiety and, neuroses and obsessiveness and all sorts of things because we keep them in confined spaces and they're not allowed to be in their natural environment. And some animals we can't keep in captivity, like the great white shark. We still, no matter how big the tank is, no matter how much we feed that creature, they essentially start swimming in circles and they stop eating, and eventually they essentially commit suicide. And so we really want to notice, considering that we are natural animals, what is it that we, how close are we to nature? And you can use everything from, the things you're putting on the skin, like how close to nature are those things, to the things you're putting into your mouth, to the way you're moving your body. You can use this as a lens, like what am I asking of my physiology and my biology? And is it reasonable to think that this organism is going to function properly with the load that I'm putting on it?
Fascinating. So Damian, how do we find Aroha? Are you quite active? I know you on Facebook, you were releasing some yoga videos online, but you were updating your technology. Is that still going ahead?
Yes, we've got some live videos that are online. We're also creating some kind of higher quality content. You can meditate with me on Insight Timer. I just released a new meditation today, which will be there, I guess, by tomorrow or so.
So is that an app that you download?
Yeah, Insight Timer is an amazing resource in general. I think they've got 35,000 free meditations with some of the world's best teachers. And so an amazing meditation app there. It's the largest in the world. And they also have courses. So if you're new to meditation and you're just wanting to get into it, you can do a course in any number of different lineages. So great place for that. I would say in general that the online resources that I like the most for yoga would be Glow, GLO.com. They tend to have my personal teacher on there, who I love, Annie Carpenter, and but a bunch of really great teachers. If you like a more physical class, or you like something more meditative, or you're interested in the philosophical aspects of yoga, that's all there for you. Yeah, and then otherwise, Aroha is going to continue working. We're working right now on something that we're calling a day with Aroha, And this would be a program where you essentially switch off from the outside world, and we're going to give you essentially a program like you would have here at Aroha that'll just step you through a day-long retreat with recipes and shopping lists and classes and meditations and all sorts of things. So that'll be coming fairly soon too.
So that obviously will be done online.
That's online, yeah.
And
We've got it'll be a blog post that has a sequence laid out on it and clickable content.
okay, perfect. And because it's on a blog post, so that is free content, is it?
That'll be free, yeah.
Amazing.
You'll see it. I think you'll also see it in. It'll come through the Aroha. We call that the alumni group.
Okay. And I highly recommend to crew who do not know about Aroha to go to the website, because the images there are phenomenal, and you'll get a good taste of what you're in for if you decide to go one day. But yeah, highly recommend it. And also, what was a lovely touch at Aroha is that when they made your beds in the morning, there was a little quote that was left on your bed. Damian, can you share with us one of your favorite quotes?
Oh, good one. Let me pull up. Can I pull up a little resource? I would love to share a quote. I'm a big fan of writers. I'll share with you one by David Whyte.
Okay.
It's called "Everything is Waiting for You." David Whyte, if you're new to him, is one of the great living poets. Everything is waiting for you. Your great mistake is to act the drama as if you were alone, as if life were a progressive and cunning crime, with no witness to the tiny hidden transgressions. To feel abandoned is to deny the intimacy of your surroundings. To feel abandoned is to deny the intimacy of your surroundings. Surely even you at times have felt the grand array, the swelling presence, and the chorus crowding out your solo voice. You must note the way the soap dish enables you, or the window latch grants you freedom. Alertness is the hidden discipline of familiarity. Alertness is the hidden discipline of familiarity. The stairs are your mentor of things to come. The doors have always been there to frighten you and invite you. And the tiny speaker in the phone is your dream ladder to divinity. Put down the weight of your aloneness and ease into the conversation. Put down the weight of your aloneness and ease into the conversation. The kettle is singing even as it pours you a drink. The cooking pots have left their arrogant aloofness and seen the good in you at last. All the birds and creatures of the world are unutterably themselves. Everything is waiting for you. Everything is waiting for you.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Damian.
Yeah,
So much.
a good one.
Yeah. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for joining me on Yachting International Radio and being part of our community. I just absolutely love what you have to offer, and you're very generous to share your pearls of wisdom with us. So thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Karine. Thank you for doing all your good work. Keep it up out there.
Oh, thank you.